The world is changed. I feel it in the water. I feel it in the earth. I smell it in the air. Much that once was is lost, for none now live who remember it.
Hello everyone, I'm Frodo Baggins, a hobbit from the Shire. Gandalf had just given me a ring that once belonged to my uncle Bilbo, and he has asked me to take it to Rivendell. Now I'm a ring bearer. Quite a peculiar situation, isn't it? Whose is it?
I'm Arwen, an elf.
Okay, come in.
Good morning, sir.
What errands brings you here?
Today we have an appointment to talk about the history of English in The Lord of the Rings.
Yes. To those who have not yet discovered The Lord of the Rings, The Lord of the Rings is an epic high fantasy novel written by the English scholar J.R.R. Tolkien. It follows the journey to destroy the One Ring, a powerful object that corrupts all races of Middle-earth. The story was later brought to life in the acclaimed film trilogy directed by Peter Jackson. However, what many people do not realize is that The Lord of the Rings is deeply connected to the history of the English language and early English culture. In this video, we will talk about three fun but important connections: the geography, languages, and mythological inspiration. First, let's begin with the geography of Middle-earth as Lost England. The first page after the table of contents is the map of Middle-earth. Was it randomly recreated or was it meaningfully designed? The term Middle-earth comes from the Old English word "bedangered," meaning the world of humans. This shows that Middle-earth represents our world in the mythic and historical past. Tolkien symbolically divided Middle-earth into the West and the East. The West, especially the Shire, reflects an idealized Anglo-Saxon England before industrialization, and the East, especially Mordor, represent industrial destruction, machinery, and war. This geographical contrast reflects Tolkien's deep anxiety about modern England. In this sense, Middle-earth can be understood as a symbolic representation of England's transformation from the Anglo-Saxon period around the 9th century to the industrial and war-driven society of the late 20th century.
Now the language part. This is my favorite. Tolkien didn't just use fancy English, he was a philologist, a scholar of language. The people of Rohan speak in a style inspired by the Old English. Even their names come from it. For example, Theoden means king, Aelmir means horse famous, Eowyn means joy of horses. They sound like real Anglo-Saxon names because they basically are. First, Celtic mythology. That's where we get the feeling of fading magic. In ancient lands, the elves are immortal and beautiful, but they are slowly leaving the earth. In many Celtic stories, magical beings belong to an older age, and humans inherit what's left, exactly like in Tolkien. Then there's Beowulf, which Tolkien studied, translated, and taught for years. Lord of the Rings is full of Beowulf's DNA. The Great Hall, J.R.R, becomes Meadowsword in Rohan. Mead halls, warriors earning honor before death, stories told by firelight, all straight from Beowulf. This also connects to Norse mythology, especially Ragnarok, where even gods must face the end. So instead of a purely happy ending, Tolkien gives us a beautiful but bittersweet one. Very Northern European spirit.
To conclude, The Lord of the Rings is not just fantasy, it's deeply rooted in the Old English language. Celtic, Anglo-Saxon, and Norse mythology, and the center flaws for a vanished world. In this way, Tolkien did not just write a story, he also recreated the cultural and linguistic roots of English history.
Exactly.
That's all for today, you guys.
What's that?
My precious.